Okay, good morning everyone, and to all the guys are doing great. Okay, as you know, this is our purpose of this meeting is basically to choose the best seats for the Gen Z and the Gen Y. So this project is worth for 250 million ringgit. Before we start our meeting, can I know Ms. Uda, is all the member is here?
Yes, Ms. Chairman. All the committee members are present today.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Huda. Before we start our meeting, I would like to introduce our member, which is member 1 is Ms. Afrika Natasha. Member 2 is Ms. Alia Hakim, and member 3 is Nur Hamza. And my secretary is Ms. Nurul Huda. All right, we're gonna start our meeting with our first agenda. Ms. Huda, could you please read our previous of minute meeting?
Okay, let me share the screen first. Ms. Chairman, can you open the... Okay.
Okay.
Can you all see this minutes? Okay, to begin, I would like to go through the minutes of our previous meeting, which was held on 16 May 2022. The minutes of the first committee meeting of Project Alpha date in May 16, 2022 on Thursday, time 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and venue at Al Shams meeting rooms. That present Ms. Nurul Aina Munira Zaharuddin as a chairman, Ms. Nur Ali Hakim binti Rizwan, Ms. Afrika Natasha binti Herianto, Ms. Nurul Hamiza binti Sapari, and Ms. Nurul Huda binti Sapihi as a secretary. Okay, let's move on to 1.0, greeting AM by the chairman, Ms. Nurul Aina Munira. He thanked everyone for making the time on such short notice. For the 2.0 briefing on Project Alpha, the chairman briefed the committee on the latest investment to be made by Surya Holdings Miriam Berhad, which was Project Alpha. Project Alpha is aimed at meeting the educational and entertainment needs of Gen Y, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha. The committee was informed that the approximate cost for the project was RM 250 million. Okay, for the report and 3 potential sites for Project Alpha, Ms. Afrika Natasha reported on 3 potential sites for Project Alpha. The first site with the potential to be developed and turned into Project Alpha was a forest reserve named as Bukit Belacan in Ampang, Selangor. It is located about 15 kilometers from Kuala Lumpur and accessible by car. It is currently closed to the public for a total refurbishment. The second site was an empty warehouse in Pasir Gudang, Johor. The empty warehouse is about 5,600 meter square. It is only 18 kilometers from Singapore, 32 kilometers from Johor Bahru, and 41 kilometers from Skudai, Johor. Okay, the warehouse was used to store heavy farming machinery in the past. Okay, the third site was Green Hilly Land in Bukit Kor, Terengganu. Bukit Kor is a combination of hills and flat green land with adventurous curves and turns from Kuala Terengganu. All 3 sites are underdeveloped, yet possess unique attractive feature that could attract crowds. Ms. Ali Hakim suggested that the committee be given 2 days to visit each site in order to experience the ambience of the place firsthand. Okay, for the suggestions for the project, the committee was informed the Surya Holding is aiming for an educational term business venture for which the proposed site could be a place where global technology meets nature in a dynamic symbiosis. Okay, Ms. Nurul Hamiza proposed that the committee be given 2 months to research the three sites and their potential so that a viable business in educational project could be put forth. This suggestion was seconded by Ms. Alia Hakim, but the time frame agreed by all members was reduced to 4 weeks. Ms. Ruhuda suggested that each committee member bring a proposal of the project with approximate cost and relevant supporting document for the next meeting. Okay, the committee agreed that an environmental impact assessment for each project be obtained and presented in the next meeting. Okay, for the last part, 5.0, any other business, Ms. Nur Aina Munira suggested that another staff member be put in his place as he has been assigned to help the head the Lang Tengah project. Okay, that's all for the previous our previous minutes meeting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to Ms. Huda for reading the previous minutes of meeting. Okay, if there is no amendment, I hereby to confirm our minutes meeting for the last meeting. Okay, basically, we are here today to discuss about our Alpha project. As you guys can see from the agenda, we have a few sites that are suitable for our Alpha project, but we haven't decided it yet. So we will discuss which one to choose, and let's begin the meeting now.
Ms. Afika, would you like to start?
Yes, sure, Ms. Huda. Thank you. Okay, I would like to propose that the Alpha project must be held at Bukit Belacan, Selangor. I think Bukit Belacan has a lot of potential to be our site for the project Alpha. The reason I said Bukit Belacan is the best choice for our project is because it is located 15 km from Kuala Lumpur, which is very near to the city. Besides, it is accessible by car as well as other vehicle. With this, people can easily reach the place. In addition, the place is also suitable with our company requirement for the educational sector and entertainment sector to fulfill the needs of Gen Y, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha. As example, informal education, replanting and reseeding, greenhouse experiment, camping, jungle trekking, and zipline adventure. For the education sector, this place can be an informal education for every generation. For example, they can learn types of tree or plant, mycology, and the landscape. Next, we also can attract Gen Y, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha by doing a campaign, replanting and reseeding various exotic plants. This place is very convenient because it has enough water resource and land. They also can join this program for free. Other than that, this place also can be used as fieldwork observation, such as study site for Gen Y and Gen Z. Beside that, to concern our global warming issues, greenhouse experiments can educate all generations to have an awareness of these issues. Okay, for the entertainment sector, we can do jungle trekking activities for Gen Y and Gen Z. Because most people of this age have an interest in this kind of activity because they can spend their leisure time during holidays. Okay, in addition, this place is very suitable for a camping activity. At the campsite, we will provide 15 tents as a starter of this project for the visitor. The wonderful chilling scenery. This place will be a destination for all generations to spend their valuable time with their family, friends, and colleagues. Other than that, we also can add Zipline Adventure Park to give Gen Y and Gen Z a thrilling experience with this activity. Okay, for the environment impact assessment, this project will not destroy the natural habitat. However, activities such as replanting and a variety of plants can replace a valuable natural forest. Besides that, we are focusing on the small construction for the campsite, zipline adventure park, and education site. This project will give a positive benefit to every generation and the environment itself. For the cost in this project will cost 2035 million for the total estimate, which is it doesn't not exceed the allocate budget. I think that is all my purpose for this site and project. Is there anything you guys want to ask?
Okay, Miss Afika, sorry to interrupt, but don't you consider the animals that already exist in the forest? So when you do the development for this project, it will cause habitat destruction to the animals.
Oh, for that, we also have concern about it. And I think we will not intrude on the flora and fauna. As I said before, we are only focusing on the mini construction, which is a small construction that will not destroy their habitats.
Okay, that is the good. For me, it's a good idea. Okay, thank you, Afika.
But I'm afraid that I can accept the idea because the reason is that the warehouse at Pasir Gudang is a better place to do this project because it's located at a strategic location, which is 18 kilometers from Singapore, 28 kilometers from Johor Bahru, and 21 kilometers from Skudai Johor. We also can have tourists from Singapore. Next, this warehouse is a large with an area of 5,600 meter per square. Also, we can build educational and entertainment center with indoor and outdoor concept, which is suitable for Gen Y, Z, and Alpha that are required by this company. The advantage for both sector is that tourists from abroad or within the country will get information and knowledge. They also can see how the lab work does observation, experiment, and also get a hands-on skill when they visit the center. Other than that, the tourists will be exposed to the new technology, innovation like robotic, and have a place to rest and relax. This is a planning section that we can build this warehouse, which is the first one is we can do hands-on corner that include painting, baking, musical instrument that give the experience to those who participate. Next, the experimental lab, which consists for science and mathematical elements that the high technology studio will expose the tourists with virtual reality technology, robotic technology, and also audio digitalization like podcasts. Lastly, the Nature Museum has exhibition of animals and plants. For your information, this project will not disturb nature ecologically or environmentally because the warehouse is already built and it can reduce new construction and only invest in designing, cleaning, and interior pipes. Last but not least, this project will not expose any pollution because this is this is in outdoor and indoor concept. It's already being controlled and carefully emphasized on environmental impact. The total cost for this project is 250 million, and overall the total is not excessive with the budget. That's all from me. Any question?
Sorry for interrupting, but to be honest, I am not sure about this site because in my view, this site doesn't have any attraction itself for Gen Z, Gen Alpha to visit this place.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Afika, for the question. I think I agree with you that this place is less attractive, but this project will make it attractive to tourists because this place will be a new educational and entertainment center. Is there any question from others?
Okay. Sorry for interrupting. I think we should focus on nature because I think nowadays most of generation are exposed to gadgets and they need a more green view to take a break from gadget. With this, they can relax and release the tension.
Yes, I agree with Ms. Hamiza's opinions. Could you explain about it, please?
Okay, thank you, Ms. Huda and Ms. Hamiza. From my point of view, I still insert the element of nature and hands-on skill. As you know, in previous I mentioned the hands-on skill corner, and also the nature museum, which has element about nature in between technology and gadget. Are there any questions?
Also, I think we can include our activity by adding the evening walks, and parents can bring their children to see the green view, and also they also can bring their animals like a dog, and I think this will be make the children more exciting to see.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Chairman. Okay, thank you, Ms. Alia and Ms. Chairman. For me, elements are important to insert the element of nature in technology and gadget in Bukit Kota Terengganu. This is because technology and gadgets are the most important element to develop a project in the Bukit Kota Terengganu site that has been discussed a moment ago. In addition, with the gadget, we can also market and introduce sites that will be developed in Bukit Kota Terengganu to attract the attention of the community. Before that, I have some idea to sharing with you all. That is about the project that we can develop and also get public response. The location of the project is at Bukit Kota Terengganu. What is called is a green with the communication of background net in advances 12 and 10, and it is about 200 kilometers from quality and far from metropolitan environment. So my idea is like the missionary, we can stay away from the metro platform net cycle for a while and get us up without being one with nature. So this is my post activity. We can make a jungle trekking garden where enjoying the nature and learning about the flora and fauna. I could get we walk for a while, we hiking for a while, and then we will just enjoy it to try to identify species every little bit, and then next one is our survival. So the idea is here not let like I just made it very unfortunate even when we go camping or just hiking in the forest, and then we suddenly lost at stuff. So by teaching survival caps like the basic survival skill, it may help who lost as navigation, making text, food matter portable, water making fire, entertain just enough skill to stay alive until resting, and then next is for to develop a mini laboratory and operate. So this is to encourage and educate participants or sound or conduct research. Then like there are still many things that we may want to discover, because there's so many species and it is so discovered yet. So maybe by doing this, it will take your interest in doing research and on the concrete, as if any just never tried. I am for the empire assessment. We will do buffer zone to prevent from stopping the nature of solar desktop basis tree bank we experience, and then with the pollution, we'll try as hard as possible. As why are we there with identified with the technical areas, and then we will not disrupt this place, and we preserve it, and so that our once we survey where there is a unique and sensitive. Okay, the finally is the cost project is the 2,500 million for this project, include the transportation and facilities. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Good idea, Ms. Hamiza. I think your site at Bukit Core, Terengganu is also have a potential for our project Alpha.
I see what you mean, Ms. Hamiza, but don't you think it's too risky for tourists to do all this activity at this height?
Yes, that's right. It is a risky activity, but can also prevent it by following all the rules and developing a place that is perfect in terms of safety. This is aimed at maintaining the safety of the community its surrounding.
Is there any telecommunication network at the place for our visitor? So our visitor can easily make any emergency call or important call?
We will build a telecommunication cable tower so that our visitor will easily access the internet or make a call.
Okay, okay, Ms. Hamiza. I hope you can fulfill the facility convince for our visitor pleasure. Are there any further point anyone would like to raise?
And for me, I strongly believe my idea can achieve the aims of our company, which is to build educational and entertainment centers to fulfill Gen Y, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha requirements.
I also agree with the Miss Africa project because the project sounds like a very good idea and the activity are quite interesting.
Okay, for me, I also agree with Miss Africa project because it has many potential to fulfill our main idea, which is educational and entertainment. So if everyone agree with this, with our project with Bukit Belacan Forest Reserve in Selangor, can Miss Huda read and confirm the agenda for today?
Okay, sure, Ms. Chairman. Let me see. Let me share the screen first. Okay, so do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So our meeting agenda for today runs smoothly, which is Surya Holding Scenario Berhad SHSP meeting agenda on 30 June 2022 at 10 a.m. Okay, type of meeting for first committee meeting of Project Alpha. The agenda is greeting and opening by the chairman, short briefing on Project Alpha, and the third agenda is report on 3 potential sites for Project Alpha, suggestion for project, and the last agenda is any other business. So that's all for the agenda. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Huda. I guess we are all clear about this meeting for today. We will proceed to our main site that we already choose, which is we all agree to choose Bukit Belacan as our main site. If there's nothing else, we can draw the meeting to a close for today.
Okay, the next meeting will be notified on the notice of the meeting, Ms. Chairman.
Okay, thank you to Ms. Huda, my secretary, and Ms. Afika, Ms. Alia Hakim, and Ms. Hafiza for participating in this second meeting. I hope we can execute this program and project successful.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Chairman.
Thank you, Ms. Chairman and everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Chairman, and all the members.
Okay, thank you for Ms. Chairman and other committee members.